Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussions on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime, currently featuring Steven Universe, Miraculous Ladybug, Archer, and the new Powerpuff Girls. I am Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hello.
And Sam Quattro.
Hey.
Hey, Sam, Delaney, and I will be doing our regular weekly Steven Universe Roundtable discussing a specific Steven Universe topic. Today's topic is Steven Universe songs. So these will be the songs with lyrics on Steven Universe that have aired on some episodes. We will not be discussing the soundtrack, although that could be or the score, right? That could be a future Steven Universe Roundtable, and we are doing this in honor, in lieu, or not in lieu. The recent news that Rebecca Sugar, I guess recent-ish, was on a podcast that wasn't ours, Comics News Insider, where the big news that came out was that there is an upcoming full musical episode, 7 songs in 11 minutes. So we are going to update our favorite songs as discussed here when that episode airs. But let's get into ours for now. We don't know when it's airing or anything like that. Some other fun tidbits from that interview, but mostly just that's the big news. We have a full musical episode coming up. What do you think?
It's gonna come in like 30 years when I'm on my deathbed.
Yeah, that seems about right. What do you think of this concept of a full musical episode, Sam?
It seems like a lot of math that I have to do to figure out how long the songs are gonna be.
That's your reaction to that?
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know. It's like, hold on. Would it be 11 divided by 7?
That's right. That's
each song. If it's like a straight like everything is a song thing, each song would be a minute and a half. So yeah, that's not bad.
I assume some would be longer than others. I doubt it would just be song into song into song. There's probably like a line in between.
Well, there's musicals like that.
I guess so. I mean, Steven Universe doesn't function.
Steven Universe, lame is.
Steven Universe is lame as now. What do you think about it, Delaney?
I love it. I'm really excited about it because I know this happened like a bit ago when they announced it. I hadn't heard about it.
Yeah, I didn't
Shame
see it.
on me, I know.
I mean, it's only a week old, right? It's not that far. So
but I'm super pumped. Like, that's such a great thing. Like, the songs are like, that's like part of what's so brilliant about the show. So this will be a really great like episode. They'll execute it wonderfully, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think the only thing is like, how are they gonna? Mostly the songs, at least the most prominent ones in the show, are big like emotional moments. Right. So it'd be interesting to see how they sustain that type of energy for that long.
They're gonna crush us. This will be the saddest episode ever, and it'll just be like, at the end of the episode, we're all just dead. Can't handle it.
Yeah, that being said, there are some songs as well, and we'll discuss all of them at least briefly, that are not super big emotional moments. So it could just be like Steven solos and stuff. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. But for now, and I forgot to say, overlyanimated.com. Check out everything there and subscribe to us on iTunes. Overly Animated Podcast. Search on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. Let's get into this. I just want to talk generally about not really all the songs, but just about the songs that have aired. 2 reference points. Me and Justin Cummings, who's sometimes on these podcasts, ranked our top 10 Steven Universe songs, and you can find those. I'd say do a Google search, Steven Universe songs overly animated, and that'll get you the top 2 results are the articles. So we'll reference those, although this isn't a strictly top 10 podcast. I more just want to discuss what are like the best songs on the show, what are some underrated songs, and then briefly go over the remaining ones. So let's start there. When I say best Steven Universe song, Sam, what comes to mind? Which song or song specific?
Like that.
It could be a group of them. What immediately comes to mind when I say songs in Steven Universe?
Okay, so this isn't an opinion I hold any longer. Stronger Than You is what?
Yeah, I think that's what most people would think of as the most prominent song from the show. I do. You do think it's one of the best ones?
I guess. Okay, so Dylan told Delaney, like, hey, just like do like tiers or groups or whatever.
I just want like the best group, the grouping of the best songs.
Okay, well, I did 2 tiers. My tier 2, Stronger Than You is in tier 2.
I've ingrained you also, or I've brainwashed you so much into making multiple tiers. I really just wanted one tier, but it's in tier 2. That's a controversial opinion. So in my list, I have
opinion.
I am in general, but on my list I have Stronger Than You ranked number 2, which was a controversial opinion.
Yeah, it's a controversial opinion because Stronger Than You is definitely top number 1. In my tier labeled will make me cry and I will play on loop.
Okay.
Again, all right.
I didn't want you to make multiple tiers. Okay, but yeah,
okay, Dylan, you can't brainwash us into doing tiers and then get upset when we do tiers, okay?
Okay, so
tone it down a little, mister.
Yeah, we don't need to talk specifically about the rankings. That's not super important. But yeah, this song's incredible. Also, by the way, if you search for those articles, Justin's Top 10, the headers listing the song names are going to be links to the Cartoon Network YouTube videos with the songs. So if you want to re-listen to them, I don't think I'm going to insert them into the podcast. It's probably too much work
to
insert clips of the songs. But yeah, Stronger Than You is incredible. I think that if I were going to redo the list, I might put it at number 1. I think I was just trying to be subversive.
Okay, all right. Number 1, okay.
You're trying to be hipster, Dylan. We know.
Yeah. Sam, why do you think it's not in the group
it's
of
overplayed.
the best songs?
All right, it was okay. It was good. Maybe in 10 years of Steven Universe Never Returns, and I just forget all about it. And I revisit it and Stronger Than You. What an emotional moment. But right now, at this current moment, it's so overplayed, and it's just it's because I don't know when what's it called?
Sam hates it because everyone else loves it.
No,
it's like the pop song that just gets.
What do you mean overplayed though? Can you explain that to me? This isn't a radio song, which is why I'm trying to understand you.
I mean that, and when that episode came out, all of the big internet people wrote articles about it. I don't know, after Ellen and Autostraddle, I think what's the one? Variety probably did or something. I don't know. Everybody was writing articles about it and talking about how great this song was, and of course Tumblr is just it's the best. And so that overexposure to it, and just having it and I listened to it by myself a couple times. I was like, oh yeah, this song's good, but just having it just hammered in over and over when the show is moving forward from that point where that song was plot-wise, it's old hat, and I don't feel like listening to it anymore.
Yeah, I think the emotional impact was much greater when it came out.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly valid. I also think overexposure is definitely a thing with it.
I think overexposure may be a thing to it, but also I don't think it's necessarily, if we're doing something like this, it's not necessarily fair for if we're just going to talk about it as a song, if we're just going to talk about them as songs in themselves and not necessarily moments.
Defend Stronger Than You. Why does it stand out to you as one of the top Steven Universe songs?
Okay, so even just this is without the emotional context of the song. I think it's the best song, just period. It's just as a song, it's brilliant.
I disagree.
And it's one of. And now I have other ones in my will make me cry and I will play on loop tier, but this one happens to be number 1. I do think the melody, the lyrics. I think this is the best song, just period.
Yeah, I think musically it's either 1 or 2 on in terms of pure. I mean, I'm really bad at objectively trying to think of. I don't really think music should be objectively criticized, which is not everyone agrees with. But yeah, I think that to me this is it's super. It feels like a legitimate song. That legitimate as in could be on the radio or something. I think it's the most emotionally complex. There's a bunch of it just getting into Garnet's character altogether and the concept of fusion and all these things that the show is hitting on in general that are approached in this one song. And I think it's extremely resonant and extremely just it's complex and smart. And yeah, I think it holds up and it's great. I mean, it's obviously Stronger Than You is great. Yeah, obviously. We can come back to any of these at some point, but the one I had ranked as number 1, and I think for me at least, the only other one in contention really for best song would be "Do It for Her,"
which is my number 2.
Yeah, they're
fairly interchangeable.
Sam, was this in your top tier?
Yes.
Yeah. So, what do you like about "Do It for Her"?
I don't know. It's
everything.
I guess. I don't know. I noticed with Pearl, they usually give her voice actress Dee Dee more musical based, things that sound like they would belong in a musical.
More like show tunes or
Yeah,
ballad or
because
whatever.
that's like her background.
Yeah.
Dee Dee Mango Hall. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna have a similar opinion with this, and this is like my fault that I feel like I overexposed myself to this song. Yeah, because just like the feels and like I wanted to relive that first moment that I, watched this episode and I like felt it like like it's happening. But
Yeah.
upon listening to it again, it's an okay song. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, I'll defend you for her then, as I think it's potentially the best song of the show.
I do think Stronger. I think to be, like what I said about Stronger Than Her, like this, it can apply to Do It For Her as well. Like it's really difficult to like pick between the two. Like they're both just so great.
Yeah. So I think Do It For Her is great. It's great musically, and it's just very like it's a good song. Probably not as good of a song as Stronger Than You, but it's also extremely emotionally resonant. It's more of about a specific type of feeling, whereas I think Stronger Than You kind of encapsulates all of Garnet's being into one song. Do It For Her is like this very specific way. It's not even talking in general about how Pearl feels about Rose. It's like this very specific feeling about that. And for me, what pushes Do It For Her over the top in terms of just greatness is how it incorporates Connie. And Connie's voice actress just absolutely nails the song at the end. And it's really great to see how their like dual emotional arcs that they go through in this episode encapsulated in the song. And I think Do It For Her is just absolutely incredible. I guess I'll represent the opinion of Justin here, who put Full Disclosure as his number one song for the show.
Really?
Yeah. So
Interesting.
I like the little cell phone bit in it.
Yeah, I think Justin, is trying to do an objective musical ranking of the songs, and I think there's a lot of legitimacy to saying that Full Disclosure and Stronger Than You are basically our top two musical songs, or top two objective music wise. Justin says the song builds up beautifully with the chorus beginning as a simple ringtone and then layers being added as the song builds up. No song in the show has more heart, soul, or power than Full Disclosure, he says. And personally, this made my top 10 at I think 9, but I think emotionally it just the topic of it doesn't resonate as much with me. I think that I've said this a million times that this episode and multi-episode arc that Steve went on wasn't super resonant for me, but I think the song itself is really great.
I don't have it on my tier.
Was it in either of your tiers, Sam?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even bother to re-listen to it.
I will say it almost was. Like it almost was.
What would be your number one if you had to pick, Sam?
Okay. So do you want me to just redo what's in my?
Well, give me your
first.
Give me what you pick one of the top tier ones as number one and give me that.
God. Maybe Strong in the Real Way.
Okay, let's talk about Strong in the Real Way. What it stands out about it to you?
I don't know. Upon re-listening to it, it definitely has the same musical style of it, and then it I don't know. It's just I understand that feeling of being jealous and I don't know, wanting to be inspiring to somebody who just doesn't see you that way. I don't know, basically I am Pearl and I love her. So I will love anything Pearl sings. I don't know, it's just for me, I remember there was a point after I first listened to it where I was just humming it at work over and over, and I just haven't done that for any other Steven Universe song, or any other song really. And it just got stuck in my head, and I don't know, it's a good song. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's in one of my tiers.
It's number 4 on my list. I think it's just outside of the best songs of the show. I think that's obviously great. I also think we were talking about this recently, maybe on the Steven character discussion. I think Michelle was talking about how this song is really complex to Steven's character.
Yeah.
And that made me want to reevaluate it, because I always thought of the song as less emotionally heavy than some of the top tier ones we've discussed. But I want to look back on this and
it's more subtle.
Yeah, I think it's more subtle emotionally. Yeah.
Well, also it's very subtle, lyrically, because I was just listening to it before we started, because I was going through all the songs, And there's this part where, she goes, or I'm trying to remember the exact lyric, but you expect her to say jealous and she doesn't.
Yeah.
But it obviously, and it's crafted very beautifully.
Yeah, and this song really stood out
Very
at the time.
song.
Yeah, it stood out a ton when it aired because we hadn't done anything like this, like a Broadway musical type song. And so I think that "Do It for Her" was maybe more polished. Like, I don't know if it was more. It made more sense once we had "Strong in the Real Way," but yeah, at the time, just like in season 1 episode, it was very super distinctive.
It sounds like it belongs in Wicked.
Yes.
I want to. So we've discussed my 1, 2, and 4. I want to bring up my number 3 song and potentially my favorite song of the entire show, which I think just is absolutely. I just every time I listen to it, I'm more and more impressed by it. Is "Peace and Love on the Planet Earth."
That's in mine too.
That's on mine.
It was hard. Like, I wrote this article like right after the song came out, so it was kind of hard to evaluate it. But this is it's so absolutely incredible. I just love it's not super emotionally resonant like the ones we've talked about, but
it's catchy.
First of all, it's catchy. Second of all, it's a Steven song, and I love Steven songs, which is something I talk about in this article. This is related to our Steven character discussion, but personally, Steven singing really resonates with me because it, like, for me, kind of encapsulates his character, like, not embracing like traditional masculinity, and to me, like, all of that comes up when Steven sings on the show, and I really love it. So it has that element for me, and just Steven's interactions with Peridot are so incredibly strong. Peridot in this song, I absolutely love how this song incorporates and it's even stronger if you listen to the preamble, which isn't in the...
I think you're all insane, but
well,
I guess I am too.
That is the highlight, I would say, of the song. But Peridot's Steven, like, teaching Peridot music during the song through her penchant for pattern recognition is absolutely incredible. And it's like I'm just so continually impressed by it. Like, it might eventually be my number 1 as more time goes on, but I love every aspect of it, and it's like Peridot's character super strong in the arc she went on, and like the song is like representative of that for me. You guys agree?
Yes.
I mean, it's on my list. Like, I love that song. Like, it's so good. And when it came out, like, we were all freaking out about it because it's just incredible.
Delaney, what's one we haven't talked about yet that's high out, that's in your like top tier of songs?
This is kind of a little weird, but it's kind of going on with the way Sam feels about "Strong in the Real Way" is "Giant Woman."
Mm-hmm.
That is a song. Literally standing at work, I will sing that song. I just love that song, and it was also part of, like, I binge watched Steven Universe to get caught up on it and, like, to start talking about it, and I had never seen Steven Universe before, blah blah blah. And, like, this song has always stood out to me. I don't really know, like, exactly why. I just love this song so much. It's just, like, it's a fun song, but then, like, I don't know, and it's one of the first, like, really good songs, I think. Granted, all the songs in Steven Universe are great. I don't know, it's always stuck out to me, and I love it. Like, and then I also, shockingly, Dylan, I don't understand why this isn't in your top.
Well, let's talk about Giant Woman specifically first. I think that, like, when you say Steven Universe song, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Yeah. I think it's gonna be Stronger Than You, but then I think the second one is Giant Woman. Like, this is the iconic Steven Universe song, the original. And
which is funny because I was out of that, like, I'm removed from the environment of, like, watching it with other people. So I think it's a very interesting part of that song that it is iconic, simply completely outside of, like, context too.
Yeah. I think the song's really great. Number 8 on my list. I think that it's, like, great in spite of it being super silly, but right. Yeah, it's obvious. It's like, how can you diss it? It's the iconic original. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, it is the iconic original. I don't know. I've never really been super impressed by it, to be honest.
And the video of Rebecca Sugar singing it at, like, the first Comic-Con or something iconic. Yeah. What's the other one you're going to bring up, Delaney?
Lapis Lazuli, that song. The Lapis song is so good.
So this is number 10 on my list, and just
really, it's literally in my top. It's in my top. It's Stronger Than You, Do It for a Giant Woman,
I mean, it's hard to rank this above the ones that I have above it. It's like a little 30-second minimal piece from Steven.
Oh, but it's so good. I don't like. For me, it's like I don't know. It's also one of the more interesting tonally, because that's the thing too is like a lot of the songs they don't sound the same, but they're often in like similar keys and like. It's when we get a song that's a little bit different, like rhythmically and like tonally. It's like I really like I kind of latch onto them because they're different.
You were stuck in a mirror and you couldn't be. Yeah, this is the one I sing the most. I really love Lapis Lazuli. Yeah, it's. I think also, it's. I
can say her name. I promise. My words are hard today.
It was your. I'm going to assume it was your accent and go about that.
It was my accent.
I think it's a little bit absurd to rank this above some of the other ones we're talking about, just because it's so different than. I mean, but this is my favorite. Like, I absolutely love Steven singing this. You're right; it is really interesting tonally because I think it encapsulates Steven's relationship with Lapis, which is super interesting and complex. And yeah, this goes in the grouping of I love Steven songs, and yeah, I absolutely love it. I don't think most people would bring this up as any sort of near the top. Right. So I'm glad we're on the same page. Sam, what's one that from your top tier that we haven't discussed?
I have two.
Okay, two.
So What Can I Do is one of them.
Okay, let's talk about What Can I Do. Not in my top 10. Tell me about.
Of course it doesn't. Well, What Can I Do is a really like chill jam. It's like.
Yeah. This is the Greg and Rose one.
Yeah, it is. It's like, what can I do for you? That one. I don't know. It's chill and it sounds like something I would listen to, not related to the show. Like I don't know. I'm not too much of a fan of Rose's verses, but I like I don't know. It's when I first heard it, I was like, wow, this is good. Chill jam.
Justin has this at number 4. He was a big fan of What Can I Do.
Good, Justin.
Yeah. He says the solo at the end is simply incredible, both before and after we see the fusion. The only time we see a fusion for the first time in a song, giving an importance to the episode, but the show as a whole, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I think this is good. I'm in the Lost Steven Universe Roundtable episode. I talked about how I don't really resonate with Greg, so I think that's the main
the
reason.
Lost Steven Universe Roundtable.
The last Steven Universe Roundtable episode. So I'm not super big into Greg songs, but this is one I'm glad you brought up. This is one a lot of people would put in their top tier for sure.
I have 3 Craig songs on my list.
Okay, what's the next one in your top tier we haven't discussed?
Tower of Mistakes. I don't even know what that is. It's an Amethyst song. It's Amethyst's only solo song. It's in Cry for Help.
Yeah.
It's her singing about how she doesn't really like sardonyx at all. It's another chill jam. I don't know.
Chill jams.
Yeah, I really like the lyrics, and it's I don't know. It's just it has to do a lot with sort of like regret and almost I don't know, letting things like slip through your fingers, and how you feel like you can't control things, and I relate with that message. So
nice. Yeah. Thumbs up. Yeah, a good one to bring up. What any other ones on either of yours top tier of songs? No.
No. Sorry, okay. I thought you meant general because I put some of the silly songs.
The next one I would want to bring up on my list, which was number 5, is Be Wherever You Are.
Yeah. That's on mine.
Which is from Island Adventure. I think the song is absolutely incredible. Again, I love Steven songs. This is the Steven song. And it's so good. It's not as emotionally resonant as some of the other ones we've discussed, but it's like the epitome of why I love Steven's character, and it's also just super impressive how the song was kind of early on in the show. And this is obviously the great like Lars and Sadie type song, so a lot going on there. Love, Be Wherever You Are. Sam, what's one we haven't talked about?
God, I have so many, but I don't know if we're going to get to them all.
We're good. We'll just at least briefly mention every song. So.
Let Me Drive Your Van Into Your Heart.
The classic.
The classic song. I remember because I downloaded it as like right after I watched the episode, because I like watched I watched Steven Universe from the beginning, and then I heard the song. I was like, I have to have this. I don't know. It was just like corny and funny, and I don't know. It's just it's cute, and it's like a nice little like corny, silly love song.
This would be my favorite Greg song. Yeah, I really like.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite. It's my favorite Greg song too.
Yeah, I feel like Rebecca Sugar said this might be her favorite song, or maybe she said Greg. I assume she said that pretty early on in the show, but yeah, it's also a classic. Like this might be number 2 that you would consider in terms of like classic songs, SU songs. Delaney, what's one we haven't mentioned yet?
I mean, I have a few, but the Sadie song, "Haven't You Noticed"?
Yes, that was on one of mine too.
Haven't You Noticed I'm a Star? Number 6 on my list. Yeah. Talk to me about "Haven't You Noticed I'm a Star"?
I just love it. It's just such a good song, and of course that entire episode was just like great. And I don't know, it was just such a, like, I think, and we talked about the episode and how it wasn't necessarily like the best episode, but the song was like the song was just so good. I just love it, and just to have a Sadie song makes me happy, and it's so great. I really enjoy it.
I think the episode's going to stand out in retrospect. I think that might be one of the top-ish episodes. But this is them trying to make a parody pop song and then just actually making a good pop song.
I don't know,
it's fantastic.
For me, it kind of like turns into like a little like bittersweet serious note at the end. So the last lines are, haven't you noticed I'm a star? I'm coming into view as the world is turning. Haven't you noticed I've made it this far? Now everyone can see me burning. And the way that that last like now everyone can see me burning is sung is just like really like kind of sad and like I don't know, it just gets me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would like to once again put out for the masses that the beginning of the song is the exact same as "Party in the USA," the great Miley Cyrus song, which I discovered one day, and no one else seems to be as excited about as I am.
I'm not really too excited about it.
No, I mean
they based the song
Fantastic.
off of the producer of that song is specifically who they tried to make it. They said in like Tumblr posts, so it makes sense that it would be the same. But yeah, no, listen to that and then listen to the beginning of this. It's like the same. Yeah, I think the song is incredible. It's number 6 on my list. Let me bring up something entirely new, which I can't believe we haven't talked about yet. The Ruby Sapphire Fusion song. Where did we go? Right.
I can't really remove it from the episode. I'm sorry. Like,
I mean, it's very essential to the entire episode. I agree.
No, but listening to it outside of the episode just feels weird.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I think that episode is like a very specific type of thing. Like, I think it stands out from the rest of the SU episodes. It's just very much like a myth, and like you're watching a fairy tale. So I do think it's might be a little bit jarring to remove it from the episode. I think this song is incredible. I think that musically it's not like as up there as a lot of the other ones, but
it's like the closest to a Disney song.
It really is, yeah. It's visually, the images during the song are incredible. Some of the best backgrounds for the entire show. And it's super gay and super great. And it's really sweet. And their dance at the end while humming the
the humming is so great.
It's really good. I think this should potentially be higher on my list. Yeah, it's and I just think it's incredible. Delaney, one we haven't talked about yet.
This is kind of like with me and like how I feel about Lapis song, Steven and the Stevens. Like, I don't know why I love this song so much. It's like really.
Do you rank Steven and the Stevens above Steven and the Crystal Gems? Because those kind of go in there. You like Steven and the Stevens above Steven and the Crystal Gems?
No. How many times do I have to tell you no? It's not above it.
Steven.
It is the same song, but
it is the same song.
It is the same song. Do we count the extended theme in our list? I wasn't sure if I could add it or not, but anyway.
Let's talk about Steven and Stevens briefly, yeah.
I just love it. It's just, I don't know, like, it's just so fun. Like, and it's ridiculous because it's Steven and he's in a band with himself. Like, it's so great. I don't know. It's just, I had fun with it.
On the 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. It's great, yeah. I really do love Steven and the Crystal Gems. Let's talk about the extended intro. I don't know if it counts, but
so the thing is, like, does the theme count? Because Steven Universe has arguably one of the best theme songs ever. Like, it's such a good theme song.
Yeah,
and the extended theme song's like, oh my god.
I mean, We Are the Crystal Gems is great already, but in the extended theme, when they each articulate their character motivations, it's incredible. Yeah,
so good.
I really love it. Sam, give me one we haven't talked about yet.
Oh, he's a frozen treat with
Frozen-
a no-new
that's what I thought
taste.
you-
He's on my
Because he
list
came to
too,
this planet
yes.
from outer space.
Outer
A
space.
refugee from an interstellar war. And now he's at your local grocery store. Cookie Cat, he's a pet for your tummy. Cookie Cat, he's super duper yummy. Cookie Cat, he left his family behind. Cookie Cat. Now though that Kurgan's at Rough 109. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There we go.
Also,
I'm wearing
another
my Cookie
song.
Cat shirt right now.
That was Sam singing the entire song. Yeah, the
Yes.
standout part of Cookie Cat. It's literally the original Steven Universe song. He left his family behind.
Same
like they inserted
thing
there.
with this, because, like I said, I watched Steven Universe from the first day it aired. Actually, from like they debuted the first episode for free on iTunes like a couple weeks before it premiered on Cartoon Network.
Hashtag throwback.
What?
Hashtag throwback Thursday.
Yes.
We're recording this on Thursday. Yeah.
But I remember I was like, I need to have the song, and I downloaded it ASAP, and I think I made it my ringtone for a little bit. So yeah.
I'm wearing a Cookie Cat shirt right now, and I've gotten numerous comments on it today.
Yes.
That's good.
Cookie
I'm
Cat is
glad.
great.
Let me go through Justin's list, see if we're missing any from his list.
I
Yeah,
put
Justin-
Little Butler on my list as well.
You put Little
that's
Butler?
true, yeah. Little Butler
Hold on, I need
pretty
to look
good.
up the lyrics. And it's Little Butler, Little Butler.
So good.
Justin would like to
Steven
put up.
Universe karaoke.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what this is. Just a comment. Another Greg song here. Yeah, I think is that what the song is called? I think so. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So-
the Greg. Yeah, I put that on my honorable mentions here.
Honorable mention.
Yep.
Like straight up Greg like rock song. Yeah. Also on Justin's list, On the Run, the other.
I didn't
Erica
really like
song.
that one that much.
I'm not super big on the Run, but I think that a lot of people would say it's great. Steven and Amethyst singing about stuff, season 1. Yeah. So let's go through the ones that we're missing now from the SU Wiki list.
For the record, Do or Donut is on my list
Okay.
with Cookie Cat because it's great.
Yeah, do or do not. Yeah, the training video. Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
what a great song. Just
Yeah, I think that episode
so
was
funny.
it was a really smart like.
I don't even
episode.
remember that episode. Jeez.
We have Hey Mr. Postman from Cheeseburger
Just like
Backpack.
2 lines long. Because I've gone through all of these and I saw.
Serious song. What is that one?
Oh, that's like
Something
when
dumb.
they like blowing stuff up.
Oh, that's the
shit.
end of another day. Oh, that's on my iTunes. I didn't even know that was this was called. Yeah, I like Steven singing that. 13 seconds. We have birthday song.
Oh, I put that on my
Something.
honorable mentions too. It's funny. It's like, it might as well be your birthday, so I don't know how to party, even though your age isn't real and your body's
Your
an
body's
illusion.
an
Your bodies are an illusion.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
10
good.
seconds. I don't know if these count. As
I don't even know if that's how
Yeah.
the song goes, but I read the lyrics like, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have. There's 4 songs listed on the Steven and the Stevens episode. Are they all the same? What is just
Well,
Steven?
no. Well, then there's like.
Oh, that's just them
Stuff
saying
That's
Steven.
It's just,
That's just them saying
yeah.
Steven. Okay.
And then Big Fat Zucchini's pretty good. That one's pretty good. That's when they're like yelling at him because Steven's mean.
Oh, that's 30 seconds. That probably counts. Okay. We have Dear Old Dad. That one's on my iTunes, so I remember that one. Yeah. Dear Old Dad, remember when? Yeah, I think this is emotional Steven songs, father son type stuff. Yeah, thumbs up. Fishing for compliments. What's this one?
It's
7
a fish.
seconds. Okay.
It's the fish.
Great. Steven Tag song. It's 6 seconds. Okay. I don't think that counts. We have Comet. It says Comet instead of just Comet. Yeah. Destiny from that episode. Was that another Greg song?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. What else we got? We got Wailing Stone, the Greg counterpart to Lapis Lazuli, which is they're the same like whatever melody and stuff, right? And this
Yeah.
one's longer than Lapis. Yeah, I think this is a good
He
song.
says, it's a B-side, apparently.
Yeah, he does say. To be fair, Greg himself discounts this, so
It's a B-side.
Sapphire song. I don't think that counts as a song from the show, but okay.
You're not a
The
song.
jam song from Sworn to the Sword. I guess that kind of counts. Stephen and Connie singing in the beginning of that episode.
What can
Yeah.
I do for you?
Not that song. That is not that song.
I know it's not that song. I just saw it and I was like, oh, I like that song. I need to listen to it when we're done.
We talked about Tower for Mistakes. Yeah, we talked about all these. Okay, thumbs up. So, yeah, I think that we've had some pretty strong songs recently. I think Something Entirely New and Peace and Love on Planet Earth are great. Before that, not that many songs.
Yeah, I know.
Since season 2. Interesting. I mean, most of the ones from season 1 are like 5 seconds, but yeah, I mean, everyone in season 2 is super strong. So.
Well, it's not like Adventure Time has songs all the time either, and that's what it became notable for, I think.
Well, it's because she left that show, and then.
Well, it still didn't have songs all the time when she was there.
Yeah, but it's because she only did something.
Marceline is their device that gets songs into the show. Really.
Should we include the Adventure Time songs in this list? Because they're
we should do
songs?
a top Rebecca Sugar songs of all time. That should be an article.
That's interesting, which would be number 1, because the Rebecca Sugar Adventure Time songs are super iconic, so I don't know if they would beat out Stronger Than You or not.
Just an article about how much of a goddess Rebecca Sugar is.
I'm not your problem.
Worship.
No. So there you go. Let us know where you disagree and agree with us. I mean, we presented a range of opinions, so I don't know if you can just disagree in general with the podcast. But
just let us know.
Just comment.
I like reading the comments.
You guys are wrong. You guys are wrong about everything.
Even though the last comment I read was like, "Wow, Sam sounds so bored and disinterested in everything." I'm like, okay, yeah.
That was a while ago, so I don't think you read comments very regularly.
Yeah, because I'm never on anything anymore, Dylan. I only read comments on things I'm on.
Well, we're on this one, assuming that the recording goes through. So
well, it will because I'm recording.
Fingers crossed.
Well, both for the recording and the backup recording could fail, but there you go. Yeah, there's the Steven Universe songs discussion. They're great. Show's great, etc., etc. Looking forward to the all musical episode. Let's very briefly. What do you think of the show's use of the song? I feel like there's kind of 2 main ways they do songs. And there's some exceptions, but in general, there's Steven expressing emotions through song. There's a ton of Steven solo songs, and then there's like big emotional moment song, which they do for all of our main characters. Do you think the show uses like these songs an appropriate amount? Not enough. Maybe it's certainly one of the most prominent. Like the Rebecca Sugar style of storytelling is like through song. Like that's their iconic thing. So maybe we should be doing it more. There haven't been that many recently. Sam, what do you think?
I think it would get really old really quick if there was like a song every single episode. Or even if it's just
7 songs in one episode.
Oh, okay. No. I mean that like if every like plot heavy episode had a song in it, it would get really old and like I don't know, like I think Rebecca's good at putting songs where like they're needed. I don't know, some of the songs like maybe we can do without. Like you didn't even remember Tower of Mistakes, excuse me. But yeah. I think that'll be important later on. I don't know. I trust Rebecca and her judgment, is what I'm trying to say. So I think we have a good amount of songs.
What do you think, Delaney?
Similar. Like I think they use songs like perfect. Like the song, like every like when there's a song, it's awesome. Even if it's not a super serious or emotionally like powerful song, like they just work so well. And I think it's very clear that these are songs that she doesn't like force songs in. It's very much a, you know, this song fits and I'm not forcing it in or like, oh, this needs to have a song. It's just like they happen and they feel very natural. And I agree with Sam, like if we had too many songs, it would be annoying because then it would feel forced. But when we have these like, and I also like its balance. It's not just like these super powerful emotional songs. It's also that there's fun songs because it's very much, you know, we've talked about the shows from Steven's perspective. Well, I think we talked about that in the Lost podcast, but we have like they're from Steven's perspective, and he's, you know, he's musically inclined, and like he's a kid, and it's just great. Everything, it's just brilliant how it's used.
Yeah, I agree with both of you, which is why I'm interested to see how the just music episode works, because it does seem like they're not necessarily like saying, okay, we're going to put a song here. It's more like, oh, this could be done through song and it would have a great emotional impact and stuff.
Maybe it would be like a plot device, like how these musical episodes usually are.
Yeah, it could be, which I think it would be interesting to see if they succeed at, given that probably runs contrary to what we're saying about the philosophy of the show. I think potentially
I don't think. Like, yes, I think having an episode with like I don't really think it's like contradictory to what we're saying. Like I think you can have an episode that has a bunch of songs in it. Like it just depends on the episode. We just haven't had it yet.
Right. So I'm interested to see if they found the perfect like story that would necessitate 7 songs. Right?
Maybe Steven just asked everybody to speak to him in song. He's like, "Come on, guys, please."
Yeah, that might happen. I think the one exception to that, by the way, is probably Stronger Than You. Like, I think when they were planning the finale, I think they probably always had that as, like, some big number.
Yeah.
I think that might be the one exception to this rule.
Estelle's a busy woman.
Yeah. So...
Well, it can probably go both ways. There probably are episodes that it's like it's planned around a song, and then
I think Do It For Her might be planned, too. Yeah.
And then also there are songs that just kind of happen in the middle of an episode that are really short, that are just like, oh, this is really good. We should put this here.
Maybe if we ever interview anybody from the crew, we should ask that as a question.
Yeah, in our inevitable Rebecca Sugar interview, we will.
It's not gonna happen.
Inevitable.
I mean, this random podcast. I don't know if this podcast is random. They're in episode 679, so that's the Comics News Insider. So, maybe we'll see. We're totally legit now, though, so we're more likely to get
How interviews. Are we totally legit now?
Because, we're, this big animation podcast.
Okay.
It's, it's not attached to a weird fan site anymore. So, how dare I?
Totally legit.
Totally legit.
Totally legit.
The
hashtag for this podcast. Totally legit.
I feel like there's a better hashtag, but let us know your thoughts on anything we discussed here. How you think the all music episode might go.
What's your fave song?
What's your fave song? Let us know in the YouTube comments on Tumblr Asks or on the website comments at overlyanimated.com. Thank you for listening. We do these roundtables every week. We'll be back next week discussing Who Knows. I just decided on this topic today, so
literally a half hour before we started.
There's I don't know. It's very mood dependent and amount of prep I want to put into it. So this one I already had article written, so didn't need prep. And this ad-free podcast, of course, as always, is brought to you by our wonderful patrons. You can support us much like the soon-to-be mentioned patrons at patreon.com/overlyanimated, or you can click on the link on overlyanimated.com under support. Thank you very much to Shayna, Mitch, Cordell, Beatrice, Nate, Andy, Jamie, Rachel, Ryan, John, Ryan, Catherine, aka when I don't say it fast. Yeah, that's why I bumbled, because I didn't say it fast. Hannah, Fever Mitch, Gordon Eversley, Beatrice, James, Nathan, Fillion, Buzz Like, your Mailman, Richard Rose, Johnny Bravo, Brian, and Cookie Cat. So there you go.
Super duper yummy. Cookie Cat.
We literally said cookie. So that's all for this week's podcast. Upcoming podcast. This is coming out on Friday. He did leave his family behind. It's super sad. I wouldn't mind a Cookie Cat episode.
That'd be pretty good.
Your Cookie Cat episode.
Thank you. Coming out on Sunday. Sunday afternoon is Delaney and I discussing the next 2 episodes of the new Powerpuff Girls. We've been covering that. You can check that out on our overlyanimated.com.
I'm not invited to those.
Powerpuff Girls. And then on Sunday night, we will be releasing our latest Ladybug, Miraculous Ladybug episode discussion. I don't even know which episode it is, but
I don't either.
So we'll see about that.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned to find out, just along with us. So... And if you missed yesterday, which hasn't happened yet, so Mel and I discussed the latest episode of Archer. So you can look back in the archives for that, and I can look forward to that in an hour. So there you go.
Don't let them see all your cards.
I know I shouldn't go that behind the scenes, but yeah, thank you guys for listening. Last comments, Sam Delaney.
Yeah.
All of the songs are amazing.
Yeah.
Songs are cool, and I want to get a ukulele at some point in my life.
Then you can fully transform into Rebecca Sugar yourself.
Well, that's never gonna happen. I highly admire Rebecca Sugar, but we're not one and the same.
Are you saying you're not fab enough? Is that why?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, none of us will ever be fab enough to be Rebecca Sugar.
None of us. No one is.
Thank you guys for listening. On that note, thanks for listening. We will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.